Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's graduation ceremony for the Dossier Assessment for Clinical Assessors within African Regulatory Agencies cohort for 2024-2025. It's an absolute privilege for me to welcome you all to this very special occasion. My name is Dr. Stephanie Lee, and I am the Wits Accreditation Lead on this course, and I have the very distinct honor of leading today's graduation program. This clinical assessors course has successfully trained 128 clinical assessors across 10 different African regulatory agencies, strengthening the continent's regulatory landscape. This achievement is a testament to the commitment of your regulatory agencies, our mentors, and our faculty members who have supported and trusted this program. And to them, before we start today's session, I want to give a very big thank you and immense gratitude for their involvement and continued contribution to this course. Throughout this course, our goal has been to equip clinical assessors within African regulatory agencies with a comprehensive understanding of the approval process for medicines. We've delved into critical aspects of clinical data generation during drug development and its submission as part of the regulatory dossier. Our faculty has provided practical insights and tools to address the challenges that are often associated with clinical regulatory reviews, emphasizing the importance of adhering to good practice standards. Every one of you graduating today has taken on the challenge of ensuring that the future of regulatory sciences in Africa is competent and ready to serve. It's no small task. Your role is one that is demanding. It requires knowledge, but also judgment, integrity, and a deep understanding of the responsibilities you may carry. Clinical assessment is more than just ticking boxes. It's about setting a standard. It's about ensuring that when a medicine reaches a patient in your country and on our continent, that it meets the necessary quality, safety, and efficacy standards. You obviously didn't achieve this just by attending this course, but because you're prepared to and because you care for your patients. The journey to graduation wasn't an easy one, as many of you will attest to. It's required many hours of studying, ongoing engagement, reflection of the work, attending online tutorial sessions once a week, on endless reading, group work meetings and group work assignments, all culminating to an assessment for your MCQ exam. But today, you're not just graduates, but professionals, and ones who will shape the future of clinical training on this continent, which is something that you should be incredibly proud of, and is one of the very many reasons we're so incredibly proud of you. So very quickly, I want to wish you a very happy congratulations. Congratulations on all that you have achieved in this course. And I hope that you will enjoy today's program as we celebrate you and all that you have achieved. So starting off, we have a very exciting program ahead. We're privileged to be joined by esteemed speakers, each of whom has played a very significant role in strengthening regulatory sciences and healthcare in Africa and beyond. We have speakers such as Dr. David Mukanga, Dr. Tumi Samete, Professor Colin Pillay, followed by some of our students and our alumni, Ms. Unati Mabona Mogoki from SAHPRA, and Dr. Tirani Maluleka. So without further ado, I'd like to start today's session off by introducing our first speaker, Dr. David Mukanga.
Good morning, friends, and thank you for according me the opportunity to convey my greetings and regards. My name is David Mukanga. I'm Deputy Director of the Gates Foundation. I lead our Africa Regulatory Systems work. So first of all, I want to thank the organizers of this course, Professor Colin Pillay and the CP Plus group, the faculty that have been enabling this course over the last many months. I want to give special thanks to SAHPRA and Wits for convening this course. Very special thanks to Dr. Tumi Samete. I want to thank all the faculty that have made it possible and supported you over the many months. I want to thank your heads of agency at the different NRAs that have accorded you the time to participate and contribute and learn through this process. I want to thank all of you for committing time. It's not easy of your busy schedules to be part of this course, and I hope that you have found it rewarding and a fruitful time. So congratulations to all of you for completing this course over the 2024-2025 period. We are proud of you. The skills that you acquire are critical, not just for your NRAs, but for the regulatory ecosystem across the continent, the work at the regional level, the work that AMA will be undertaking over the many years to come. So once again, congratulations. I wish you all the best this day, and thank you all very much.
Thank you very much, David, and thank you very much for your kind words and for acknowledging the dedication and hard work of everyone that is involved in this program to bring it to its success. I'd like to just jump onto that and also thank very much the faculty and staff involved in this program and your heads of NRAs for giving you the support to contribute to this program. I'd also like to thank you, David. Thank you so much for your support and for your endorsement of this program. It's now my honor to introduce our next speaker, who is Dr. Tumi Semete. She is a leader whose impact in regulatory sciences and healthcare in Africa is truly inspiring. Dr. Semete is the CEO of SAHPRA and a steering member to this course. She's spearheaded significant advancements in continental collaboration and strengthening regulatory capacity across our continent, with her continued contributions to be in this field remaining invaluable. So please join me as we welcome Dr. Tumi Semete. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Stephanie, for those very kind words. Certainly appreciated. I'd like to say good morning, good day to all of you who have joined us this morning. A very warm welcome to our cohort, the fourth cohort for this clinical assessor course. It's really quite exciting to be having another graduation and to see an even greater demand for this program. So as Stephanie has said, we really thank you all for putting in the time, because we acknowledge as heads of agency that there's just so many competing priorities, so many elements that we want you to drive on and deliveries to meet. And yet you still made the time to participate in this program. And for me, it is important that we continuously invest in your development, not just as individuals, but also as future heads of agencies. I do see some of you really moving up the ranks. But collectively, we cannot do what we do on the continent without building the required skill sets. And we have seen in many instances that there's a lot of demand being put on the regulator to make sure that people on our continent access safe, quality, and effective health products. We're seeing a lot of advances in technology, a lot of advances in just health products, and clinical assessment of those products to confirm or determine their safety and efficacy is ever so critical. And the public is relying on us as regulators. In essence, the public is relying on yourselves to be able to make the right decisions by the public. And so I really just want to thank you for making the time to advance your own skill sets through this program. We also were not going to be able to implement this program without the partnerships that we have. I always say to my team that there's no ways that SAHPRA can do what it does without the many beautiful collaborations we have, the many friends we have. And I'd like to thank Wits University as a special friend to SAHPRA in this context. I'd like to thank CP+ as, again, another dear friend to SAHPRA and regulators across the continent. I'd also like to thank the various regulators that you represent, because it is only through them having a same vision as all of us, including our faculty, to build this capacity on the continent that they were able to afford you the time to be involved in this work. This work also demonstrates the partnership that we have as regulators across the continent. Some of you may be aware that all of us as the 8 ML3 countries have entered into an MOU to rely on each other's work, to collaborate in building capacity, but also to ensure that we work collectively in ensuring that products that are in our respective markets are not substandard or falsified. And as regulators, we cannot do that without your hard work, you applying the skill sets that you have to enable us to effect such natures of agreement. The work that we do and the training that you've just experienced will go a long way in ensuring that even when the African Medicines Agency is established and it's operational, we as Africa have the required skill sets to deliver on our mandate. Many of you will be involved in some of the assessments that are conducted under the African Medicines Agency, and you will have the confidence to do so because of this type of training and many others that you've built over the years. I'd like to also thank our faculty for recognizing the importance of having an Africa that has the required skill sets to ensure that its public is safe. We have faculty that comes from across the world that recognizes that this is important. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you for contributing to this vision for Africa. And lastly, the training that you've undertaken will enable us as a continent to respond to the next public health emergency. You all are very much aware that at a point we are dealing either with an epidemic or we would be dealing with the pandemic. And again, we cannot respond adequately, we cannot respond efficiently as Africa if we don't invest in the capability of our individuals within the NRAs. And as you reflect on the training that you've undergone, do not see it as the many hours that you've spent and months that you've spent doing the work and this beautiful graduation that you will be experiencing today, but see it as you are contributing to a bigger vision for Africa, wherein we want Africa that has the required skill sets, the capability and the capacity to ensure that its people can access safe, effective, and quality health products. Thank you very much to all of you. And thank you, Stephanie. I'll hand back to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tumi. Thank you for that encouraging and motivating message. I agree with you. And I want to just emphasize that, yes, there's a lot of work that needs to be done on the continent, but we can't do it alone. And investing together and building collaboratively, as was suggested by Dr. Tumi, is an exciting step forward as you form the building blocks for our continent. So thank you very much. I'd now like to introduce our next speaker, who is Professor Colin Pillay, a highly respected figure in our field and one well known here in our course. He has dedicated his career to advancing capacity building in Africa. And as the founder of Pharmacometrics Africa and CP+, he's been instrumental in creating training programs that enhance regulatory and scientific expertise across the continent. His contributions to this program as both a mentor, faculty member, and strategic advisor has been invaluable in shaping its structure and impact. So, Colin, over to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Wow, Stephanie, thank you. Graduating class of 2024-2025, faculty in the program, guests, family, and friends. It really is my pleasure and honor to address you today. Let's see, where do I start? My speaking slot is nicely positioned after you've heard from David on video. You might have recognized that was on video. And Dr. Tumi. I'm always inspired when I hear them talk because they give such beautiful lead by example advice and messages. So I'm going to pick up from some of the things that they said. I might drop certain projects, etc., that might come up in my short presentation. I thought about maybe putting a few slides together, but in the spirit of graduation talks, I decided to just leave it as me talking to you. But in case you hear something and you want to know more, you know where to get me. Send me an email. So firstly, we've spoken a couple of times about this being the fourth iteration of the course. And Tumi published a paper in the British Journal of Clinical Pharmacology in 2021, where she set out the vision and the bigger picture for where this course fits in. If you haven't done so already, I would encourage you to read the paper. In that paper, the paper, I was a co-author on the paper promised to run this particular course or a course like this. So it's really, really exciting that we not only set it up, we set it up by bringing together a lot of people that contributed to what the content should be like. But now we've done it 4 times already. So the question is where to next from here. Firstly, I'm fairly confident that we will continue with at least a few further iterations of this led course, where a group of people get nominated by their agencies from the public sector, that is regulatory agencies across Africa, and as happened over the last 2 iterations, from the private sector as well. So we've already received several requests for people as to when are we going to run the next course. So we will do it again. But what we've also done with the 4th iteration of the course is that we've moved towards concrete actions on sustainability. This included some thinking about how to really embed the learnings into daily practice in the work of a regulatory scientist. So let me comment on 2 tactics. You will hear from Unathi a little bit later. She will speak about how she's one of several alumni who have now joined the faculty. It's the 2nd or maybe even the 3rd time that we're doing this. Initially, the contributions from these alumni faculty have been to help in the small group discussions, to guide questions that brought the materials to life. For example, they would lead discussions in small groups on how do the course materials apply within the agencies represented by the class. And you might have heard now we're up to about 10 agencies across Africa. Because some of the faculty have been from the global north and presenting really tried and trusted best practices, but to get the students and the faculty to grapple with the question of how do these apply locally. So the alumni faculty will continue to do things like that, but what I would like to see more and more is that they will gradually take on leading and teaching the content and the course. So that's the first tactic that I wanted to highlight, the concept of training the trainers, as it were. Unathi will also talk a little bit about a self-paced version of the course. So as opposed to the led course where everybody joins and then follows through week by week through the content, the self-paced version will be all the content is available on our learning management system, and people then can go and pick up on particular lessons that they want to go and brush up on. Our idea here is that as colleagues go through their day-to-day tasks, working as either from the private sector, somebody submitting a dossier, or as a clinical assessor, and if the materials had been covered in the course, they could be directed to the materials on the learning management platform for self-study. So we're testing this out at SAHPRA. If you want to know more, then just get in touch and we'll see how we can find ways to get that implemented within your agency. So within the SAHPRA implementation, we'll have alumni that will help lead their colleagues through the materials. So this is the second tactic that I'm highlighting, the tactic of mentorship towards implementing the learnings for real life tasks. Another topic in Tumi's paper was she highlighted the importance of having training linked to career development and a competency framework. In fact, Tumi said that again a few minutes ago. She used the words moving up the ranks in your career. So over the last year, the faculty in this course have been busy aligning their content towards the themes outlined in the World Health Organization's Global Competency Framework. This framework is published in 2023. SAHPRA is one of the leaders in terms of implementing it internally towards assessing their staff. Now, I'm happy to report that when we looked at the content of this course, it touches on a large proportion of the skills required for many of the roles mentioned in the WHO GCF or Global Competency Framework. Now, why is this important? Well, having people trained and then ultimately assessed according to a common set of competencies has got important implications for regional work sharing and reliance. And if we're really going to succeed towards increasing efficiency on the continent, the concept of work sharing and reliance is critical. Again, this is something that Tumi touched on as well. So, if one agency wants to accept the work done by another agency, then a framework such as that will facilitate trust and reliance on the work of another agency. But then we keep hearing this over and over again. There is a need for more trainings. Gabe McClelland, who is behind the scenes in this particular video, on this particular event, our IT expert, he's been compiling a catalog of training courses that are available for regulators. Now, this is, or rather will be, a searchable database that has got categories that speak to the WHO global benchmarking categories. Gabe has coined the term ARLO for it. I have to say that at the moment, maybe we are not looking in the right places, but we cannot find a lot of accessible courses that people could take. Clearly, trainings are going on. I suspect, or we suspect, that this might be one-off classroom sessions, face-to-face sessions inside agencies. But if you know of courses that are accessible, that could be listed in this catalog, please get in touch. And then gradually we'll make that catalog more and more accessible and available to you. Now, a couple of comments on David's talk. David is really humble in his presentation. In fact, he used up his time slot to thank the rest of us. Thank you, David. But this does not truly bring out his skill and his brilliance as he navigates and finds connectivity among the dynamic world of strengthening regulatory capabilities in Africa in the current environment where AMA, the African Medicines Agency, is increasingly becoming more and more active. So last week, he was interviewed by a common friend, Ted Grasella. Ted does a podcast where he interviews various influential people in the global health world. So if you want to get an update on AMA, in addition to visiting their website, the AUDA NEPAD website, but if you want to get an update and hear the kinds of work that David has been doing, that David has been supporting in his role at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, it's worth listening to the podcast. I want to paraphrase some of his ideas, and let me see if I can find it in my notes here. The idea is to use some agencies like SAHPRA and the African Medicines Agency as a platform that will further advance the capacities of the African continent to regulate medical products as a collective. It's a network approach to regulation of medical products on the continent. I especially loved how he said that many of the programs and tactics represents the seeds for homegrown solutions. I'm bringing my comments towards an end. So you've heard us multiple times acknowledge the faculty who teach in this program. Stephanie is going to throw open the mic towards the end in case any of them want to make a comment or two. Most of our faculty have been with us since we've set up the first iteration. They've been really brilliant in terms of flexing with us and modifying the program over the 4 iterations. And they regularly remind me that the sharing of knowledge that they've seen within this course was important for them as teachers themselves, in addition to the students. They comment that they heard perspectives that have previously not been tapped, perspectives from regulatory practitioners in Africa. So we've thanked Wits University a few times. Thank you, Stephanie. So your work and the support from Professor Chunara at Wits University there has brought an important academic validation to this otherwise vocational educational program. But we really would like to go further, in particular in bringing in research components. There's a wealth of research materials that you are sitting with as practitioners of regulatory science on the continent. So this needs to be brought into the public domain so that African regulatory policy could be informed from a research and evidence base. So that's my segue towards a clear message to you as a graduating class this year. Come back, do research, and document an evidence base for African regulatory science. So congratulations, good luck, and thank you for the important work that you do to ensure safe, effective, and quality medicines for our people. Thanks, Stephanie, back to you.
Thank you so much, Colin. Thank you for your address. Always lovely to hear from you, and thank you for your advice. Thank you for all the information you've given, and thank you for all of your support. You will see alumni, or graduates rather, in the chat. There's been a couple of posts coming up in the chat to this meeting. There you'll see all of the links to the things that Colin has mentioned in his talk, including the publication by Dr. Semete and the Arlo profile. So as we celebrate today's graduation, I think it's only fitting that we hear from those who've walked this journey themselves. So our past and present students who've experienced the program firsthand. Both of these experiences are pre-recorded video sessions. First, we'll hear from Ms. Unati Ngoki, who is a proud alumna to this course and now a medicines registration officer at SAHPRA. She's also an alumni to this course who assists us in the faculty, and will share her reflections on how this course has shaped her career. Following Unati, we'll then be joined by Dr. Tarani Maluleka, who is one of today's graduates, who will share her experience within this cohort. She was a dedicated and engaged participant, and her perspective will give us insights into the challenges, the learning moments, and the successes that have shaped this cohort's journey to graduation. I'll now hand over then to Unati.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Unati, and I'm an MRO at the Clinical Unit at SAHPRA. It is truly a privilege to address you all as we celebrate the achievements of the 2024 Clinical Assessor course cohort. Today marks a significant milestone in your journey as clinical assessors, one that reflects your dedication, hard work, and commitment to regulatory excellence. As a graduate of the 2022 cohort, I can personally attest to how transformative this course has been. The knowledge and skills I gained have greatly enhanced my ability to evaluate clinical data and broadened my understanding of regulatory decision-making. However, my journey didn't end at graduation. I later joined the core team as one of the 5 alumni faculty members. The involvement of alumni is essential to promote capacity building and collaboration. The alumni included Frida from Namibia Medicine Regulatory Council, Asara from FDA Ghana, Ndombi, Maputeho, and myself from SAHPRA. The faculty has worked tirelessly behind the scenes to curate course content, identify relevant topics, and identify expert lesson leaders, facilitate tutorials, and lead the well-known breakout room discussions. I would like to express my gratitude for all their efforts in driving the course and ensuring its smooth execution. Personally, this experience has been greatly rewarding, and it has reinforced key lessons and highlighted the importance of collaboration in regulatory science. One of the greatest strengths of this course is the diversity of its participants. The inclusion of colleagues from various regulatory agencies and industry has brought a wealth of perspective, enriching discussions and broadening our collective understanding. This diversity is crucial as regulatory decision-making requires input from multiple stakeholders to ensure a balanced science-driven approach. As clinical regulators, we bear the critical responsibility of evaluating clinical data to determine whether medicines meet the required standards. This involves assessing the risk-benefit profile of medicines to ensure that its potential benefit outweighs any potential risk. Our evaluations ultimately support regulatory decisions that safeguard public health by ensuring that only high-quality, safe, and effective medicines reach the market. I strongly urge all of you to actively apply the knowledge you have gained through this course. For assessors, this means using your critical evaluation skills to enhance the quality of regulatory reviews. For industry participants, it means ensuring that the submissions are clear, well-structured, and scientifically sound. By doing so, you contribute to a more efficient regulatory process, ultimately benefiting patients who rely on timely access to safe and effective medicines. In regulatory science, learning does not stop at graduation. The field is constantly evolving with new scientific advancements, regulatory frameworks, and emerging health challenges requiring continuous adaptation. The need for ongoing learning has led to the introduction of the self-paced course, which forms part of the broader sustainability plan. This initiative, currently being piloted at SAHPRA, will serve as a library resource and will provide assessors with structured, on-demand learning opportunities to reinforce key regulatory concepts. The participants will receive support from the faculty where appropriate. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the lesson leaders for sharing their expert knowledge, to the faculty members for their unwavering dedication in ensuring the smooth running of the course, and to the regulatory agencies for allowing their participants to be part of this initiative. I also would like to extend my thanks to the industry participants for their valuable contributions. To the graduating cohort, this is just the beginning. The work you do has a profound impact on public health by ensuring that medicines brought to the market meet the highest standards. I encourage you to stay engaged, seek mentorship, and continue sharing knowledge with your teams. The regulatory landscape will keep evolving, and your ability to adapt and grow will define your success in this field. Congratulations once again on this well-earned achievement. I look forward to seeing the great contributions you will make in the regulatory field. Thank you.
Good afternoon, colleagues. I am very delighted to have been afforded this opportunity to share a brief experience on the Clinical Assessors course. My name is Tirani Maluleke. I currently work for a private pharmaceutical company. I'm in the clinical operations department. We do clinical trials. With over 18 years experience in the pharma industry, I have been in most of the different departments at the pharma site, including clinical trials, conduct, regulatory department, doing product registration, and a bit on the commercial side, doing market access research, as well as on the regulator side, where I work for a regulatory agency, previously known as the Medicines Control Council, doing dossier evaluation. This background has given me in-depth insight of regulations and guidelines, especially working for a regulatory agency. I have more insights into regulatory processes, both local and international. So it gave me an exposure to broader public health perspective, which provided a unique perspective on how regulations impact public health. So the initiatives and policies aimed at protecting and improving public health helps one understand the broader implication of regulatory decisions. And in terms of my views, whereby in this platform we had both team members from the regulatory authorities as well as the private pharma industry, I feel like the interaction or the combined training kind of like enhance or allows broader discussions with views from different yet critical stakeholders that are shared, and they get deliberated on, they get critiqued in a psychological safe environment where we, as I think from the sponsor side, become vulnerable in wanting to understand more, in wanting to get more insight from the regulator, especially on, I think, areas that seem to be not very clear from our end. That this course has provided that platform, and I'm happy that I was part of this course because I had really made use of that advantage. And it brings more insights and better understanding on the expectations, the interpretation, as well as the implementation of the policies and the regulatory guidelines, and as well as the regulatory expectations. And both sponsor and the regulator face complex and challenging situations in addressing the public health issues. The platform therefore allows for critical thinking and enhanced collaboration in navigating these challenges while ensuring compliance with regulation and maintaining public health safety. And in real world, the difference that I have noted when interacting with the regulatory authority in the real world versus in this platform was that in real world often I think there is a lot of assumption. There's an element of assumption. There's an element of maybe speculations here and there in terms of what will be the objective, maybe from a sponsor side, what will be the objective of providing certain information or providing certain documents during submissions, or even requesting a consultation meeting. And the intention sometimes is not clearly understood, as well as from the regulator in terms of queries that we often receive, whether we're submitting a dossier for clinical trials conduct or it's for product registration. There is more like navigating what the expectation is from the regulator in terms of the response that the sponsor need to provide, in terms of the information or additional supporting activities that the sponsor will need to engage in order to address the regulator's concern. So I feel like there's a bit of more speculations in there and a lot of assumptions that are involved. But in this platform, it was very open, and there were free flow of information exchange of ideas, questions, which provided a better environment to understand each other's perspective in terms of what they do things, how they do things, and understanding the regulatory perspective kind of like enable us to have a more effective use of the regulatory processes and pathways that the regulator has provided in terms of whether we want to consult with them to get more clarity, and also to ensure early engagement with the regulator, and not only when we have received queries and then we're seeking clarity, that's when we initiate consultations. By then it seemed like we just want them to kind of like tell us how to answer the queries. So I'm very grateful for this platform. I have learned so much, and what I have learned has already helped me in terms of when putting together the dossier for clinical trial application, how best to engage with the regulator, how best to prepare and present the dossier, understanding better what the regulator will be looking at, what the expectation from the regulator is, and how they actually go through review of the dossier, what they're looking for. It has, I think, given me a better perspective and has put me in a better place to be able to compile dossiers for clinical trial submission. And I hope other colleagues have the same views as well. Thank you so much, and good luck to all the team members. Thank you.
Unati and Tarani, thank you both for your inspiring words. Your reflections have given us invaluable insights and into the impact of this program, and we thank you so much for sharing these with us. Thank you once again to all of our speakers for your valuable insights. Your contributions have truly highlighted the significance of this program and the impact it has on regulatory capacity across Africa. So in a brief and a very high-level summary of what we've heard today, I just want to reinforce the importance of continued learning. As Colin mentioned, this is not the end. We encourage you to keep coming back, keep learning, keep applying your research, know the things that you know in your agencies and sharing that so that we can form policies that will strengthen regulatory agencies across our continent and globally. I encourage you to collaborate. This is not the end. Stick with one another, get to know one another and stay connected. And I want to encourage you to stay committed to strengthening regulatory sciences on the continent. So be encouraged, be inspired, and be motivated to apply all your learnings in your countries to support our continent in protecting and serving our patients. So now that the speeches are over, we can formally recognize and celebrate our graduates, the individuals who have successfully completed this rigorous training and are now equipped to contribute to the excellence in their respective agencies. So as we move into the official roll call, I want to invite you and all of our attendees, if possible, to react to the certificates as they come up using the functions in Zoom to celebrate your successes and those of your colleagues. This is your time and your achievement. And I now hand over for the roll call.
Abera Zaleke, Audrey Chigome, Brayhan Ariri, Kolia Kruger, Cynthia Winchabe, Dominica Tosaho, Emmanuel Nguti, Esmeralda Cordia, Eunice Hita, Helen Morapanya, Hiwat Nukuria, Jason Bock, Jennifer Tano, Jessica Twom Ompofo, Karen Kamati, Khotato Maputa, Kieran Khitobo, Mufaweli Mwale, Nadine Kassam, Nobulali Mlindi, Omar Mukama, Umpile Mokhole, Penyo Khutintwa, Philip Mabile, Priscilla Nyambayo, Prudence Mubanga, Robert Rutaisire, Sandrine Uwase, Sejeng Diale, Tabi Matlebanya, Theo Musala, Tertia Tablanche, Tiani Maluleke, Tondorai Shaya, Tracy Matambo, Valerie Nguni, Uyelwa Nunziake.
Congratulations, class of 2024, and welcome to our growing network of regulatory alumni. We are so proud of you, and we look forward to all that you will achieve. I would now like to invite our faculty members, our alumni and steering committee to take the floor in a brief open mic session to share on their reflections, some words of encouragement and some advice. Colleagues, please feel free to switch on your cameras and microphones. The floor is yours.
If I may start, I personally have enjoyed very much the course and would like to congratulate all of you to your success. It's the start of a journey and not the end of the journey, as we have heard. And I would like to encourage you to make use of the network that you have now put together to work as future trainers, join the course leadership here in our course, and specifically also in your local environment to act as mentors, both in the agency, but I think also generally to train the public about what regulatory agencies are about. Many people don't know about that, so that would be another topic for an interesting challenge and topic to address. And maybe there is one or two of you who might be interested in putting together an alumni organization. We have been thinking about that over the last few courses already. That would be an interesting task, and then formalize this a bit more, like sometimes you have alumni organizations at the universities. So congratulations to all of you, and much success with your future endeavors in medicines regulation.
Well, hello, Peter Stonia here. I would like to also congratulate all of you on your graduation and achievement today. This accolade and credential is a great testimony to your hard work and stickability from so many collaborative countries and jurisdictions on the African continent. In this congratulations, I bring to you also warm congratulations from colleagues in the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Medicine of the Royal Colleges of Physicians in the UK, and also from the Centre for Pharmaceutical Medicine Research of King's College London. So congratulations to you from all of us. My wish to everybody here is that you remember today and see it as a milestone in the continuous learning and development, which is a lifelong process for all of us, and particularly at this time for all of you on a specific career pathway in regulatory affairs and regulatory science within medicine's development. So well done, everybody here today. And now, just to remind you of a residual task that you have, which is to encourage others to join you in future courses and in this endeavor leading to alumni. So congratulations. Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone. I just wish to congratulate all the achievers. I must say this has been a very engaging and inspiring cohort. Your dedication and group work has enabled you to make significant progress in this course. And so I wish to encourage all of you to continue with the interaction and collaboration in the world of RA, specifically in our region. Congratulations to everyone. Well done.
Hi, everyone. My name is Pumla Simladi from the University of Cape Town. I also want to say congratulations to the cohort of 2024. I've had fun teaching the cohort. I've had good interactions in the sessions that I've led. I wish you all the best with your future endeavors. Do not forget to spread the word to others about the benefits of the course so that you can grow the alumni circle bigger. All the best and congratulations once again.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Graduates of the fourth course, you have been privileged because I've seen over the past years that the course is improving year after year. And we have seen you as more active in participating. You showed more activity, you showed more feedback, and your eagerness to learn. And I felt very much satisfied by that. With regards to biosimilars, the topic I'm have been working on with you in this course. We still have a long way to go. And we are counting now on your expertise to improve access of African patients to affordable, high quality and safe biological medicines. Congratulations, all of you. You are now part of a greater vision for the well-being of Africa. And I feel honored that I was part of this course and the faculty. And I'm looking forward to further collaboration in any education that you need in this specific area. Congratulations again, and good luck in the follow-up of your career.
Thank you very much, faculty, for taking the time to give your words of advice and encouragement. And thank you so much for being such an important part of this program. So as we come to the close of today's graduation ceremony, I want to also again extend my heartfelt congratulations to each of our graduates. Today is not just about the completion of the course, it's about the beginning of your continued journey as clinical assessors. The work you do is critical, and you are now equipped with incredible skills and knowledge to navigate the complexities of the clinical dossier assessment. And I have no doubt that you will apply these learnings with integrity and with confidence. So remember, this is just the beginning. The connections you have made here and the expertise you have gained and the challenges that you've overcome will serve as the foundations for your professional journey ahead. And I encourage you all to stay engaged, continue learning, and collaborate with your peers, faculty, and your regulatory networks. So with that, I now conclude the ceremony. Congratulations again, class of 2024. We celebrate your success today and we look forward to seeing the impact that you will make in the future. I now encourage you all to switch on your cameras, switch on your microphones, and say hello and congratulations to one another as we close today's ceremony. Congratulations. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.